Here's a timeline of major events. August 2002, Western intelligence services and an Iranian opposition group reveal a covert nuclear site at the central city of Natanz. An inspection by the UN's International Atomic Energy Agency reveals it was used to enrich uranium. June 2003, Britain, France, and Germany engage Iran in nuclear negotiations. Washington refuses to join. October 2003, Iran suspends uranium enrichment. February 2006, Iran announces it will restart uranium enrichment following the election of hardline President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, a critical Iran report by the IAEA, and after Britain, France, and Germany walk out of stalled negotiations. June 2006, the United States, Russia, and China join Britain, France and Germany to form the P5+1 group of nations trying to persuade Iran to curb its nuclear program. Washington initially stays away from the negotiating table. December 2006, the UN Security Council imposes the first set of sanctions on Iran, banning the sale of sensitive nuclear technology. More follow as time goes on. July 2008, under President George W. Bush, the United States joins the nuclear talks for the first time. October 2009, under President Barack Obama, a senior U.S. diplomat meets one-on-one with Iran's top nuclear negotiator. The talks are some of the most extensive between Washington and Tehran in 3 decades. January 2011, negotiations between Iran and the 6 world powers break off for what becomes a 15-month hiatus. November 2011, the IAEA outlines the possible military dimension to Iran's nuclear activities. Iran denies the allegations, saying they are based on falsified Israeli and U.S. evidence. January 2012, the IAEA says Iran is enriching to 20% at its mountain facility near Fordo. The European Union freezes the assets of Iran's central bank and halts Iranian oil imports. July 2012, U.S. and Iranian officials meet secretly in Oman to see if diplomatic progress is possible. Talks gain speed the following year, particularly when Ahmadinejad's presidency ends. September 2013, Rouhani and Obama speak by telephone, the highest-level exchange between the two countries since Iran's 1979 Islamic Revolution. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif begin their diplomatic exchanges. June 16, 2015, New York businessman Donald Trump announces he's running for president and says of the yet finalized Iran deal, "It's a disaster." July 14, 2015, world powers and Iran announce long-term, comprehensive nuclear agreement in which Iran curbs its nuclear activities in exchange for the lifting of international sanctions. October 2015, Iran conducts its first ballistic missile test since the nuclear deal, which did not bar such tests but urged against them. January 17, 2016, the U.S. imposes new sanctions over Iran's ballistic missile tests. November 9, 2016, Trump wins U.S. presidential election. December 2016, Airbus Group signs a deal with Iran's national carrier, Iran Air, to sell it 100 airplanes for around $19 billion at list prices. Boeing later strikes its own deal with Iran Air for 80 aircraft with a list price of some $17 billion. Both received permission from the U.S. Treasury for the sales. February 1, 2017, Trump's former national security advisor Michael Flynn says the U.S. government is officially putting Iran on notice over its ballistic missile tests. May 19, 2017, Rouhani is re-elected as Iran's president. June 2017, Iran fires ballistic missiles at suspected Islamic State targets in Syria after the extremist group claims deadly attacks in Tehran. October 13, 2017, Trump announces he will not recertify the Iran nuclear deal as required, saying the accord threw Iran's dictatorship a political and economic lifeline. May 8, 2018, Trump pulls the U.S. from the nuclear deal. May 8, 2019, Iran threatens to increase its uranium enrichment in 60 days if no new terms reached in nuclear deal. It also says it will stop selling its excess enriched uranium and heavy water, as stipulated by the deal.